I swear to God, every single time I go to start recording this podcast, just as I hit record, there's a guy outside listening, like on the street. He's standing out there and he's listening. He's listening for my mouse click. And just as I hit record, he fucking starts his leaf blower. Every time. Like, why? Who is blowing leaves on the street at noon every day? You don't need to blow leaves every day. You can do it like once a week. Okay? There's not that many leaves. Granted, I am fortunate that there are a lot of trees around me. Around a lot of foliage. Right? That's the right word for it? Foliage? But, you know, there's not that many leaves, especially now. It's the summer. If leaves aren't falling, shit is blooming now. You know, it's just, I see them out there. Can you just go away? Okay, there's not that many leaves. Jeez, and you know, it's just like, at a certain point, there's no more leaves to blow. And then what are you blowing? Yourself. Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lion on Main. It's it's like episode 13 or something, I think. I can't be bothered to check, but yeah, we're back. And kind of an issue arose in the last episode. Sort of like the distribution. For some reason, Apple, iTunes, they're having problems with uploading new episodes of some people's podcasts. And, you know, I noticed it because I was checking my analytics and I was noticing that the last episode wasn't doing as well as other episodes in the past. And it sort of seemed abnormal. So I went to check to see if there was anything wrong with the distribution of that episode. And everything was fine except iTunes, where for some reason it just wasn't showing up on iTunes. And there was actually like a duplicate of my show, but the duplicate had no episodes at all. And so I was thoroughly confused, so I reached out to Apple support. And I was like, yo, first of all, there's a duplicate show of mine. And then also my latest episode isn't uploading. Like, it uploaded the day it came out, because I saw it last Saturday when I uploaded it. It was there. But then on Monday, it was just gone. And so I just told Apple about that. And, you know, I didn't get a response for like days. And I kept checking iTunes, and the duplicate show was gone. But my new episode still wasn't up. And so, finally, Apple came back to me, and they're like, oh yeah, no, don't worry, the duplicate show is gone. And they just gave no mention to the fact that my new episode hadn't come out yet. And so I just replied to them, and I was like, okay, that's great, but any information on why my latest episode isn't coming out? Because I even unpublished the episode and republished it. So that's why if you check on like Spotify and stuff, it will say that the episode came out on Monday, this past Monday, when it actually came out Saturday. That's because I unpublished it and republished it. And still, it wasn't coming up on iTunes. And so I just, you know, like I said, I just sent an email back to them. I was like, okay, but any news on my episode not uploading? And they replied to me, and they basically told me, like, shut up about that. That's what they said. They're like, yeah, we're working on it, okay? You don't need to email us again. That's like literally what the email said. And I'm like, oh, okay, you know, balls in my face, I guess. It's just like, I bring this issue to you guys, and I say, can you fix this? And then you just don't mention it. I would have, like, how did you not expect me to email back and say, okay, but what about this second issue that I told you about? Because you didn't give me any information on it. And, you know, along with the email where they said, basically stop emailing us about it, they said that they're working on it, and they said that we'll email you back when we fix the problem or whatever. And so I was thinking this was just an issue with me, But I'm actually part of this podcasting group or whatever on Facebook. I don't use Facebook a lot, but it's just another means to promote my content. So I joined this group and I checked the Facebook page to see if anyone was having this issue, and like everyone was having this issue. They were like, yeah, my shit isn't uploading to Apple either. And still to this day, they have not fixed it. But it's still up on everything else, like on Spotify and YouTube and Google Podcasts and all that stuff. But yeah, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, if you're not following on Spotify, do all that stuff and leave a review on Apple Podcasts and like the video on YouTube. All that stuff like really helps me out a lot. This is kind of abnormal, me doing my self-promotion at the beginning of the episode, but I figured might as well do it while I'm talking about it. But yeah, Apple's support was just not that friendly, gotta be honest. But at least it's like up on Spotify, and at least they know about it. And at least I'm not like the only one. I just hope that they fix it as soon as possible. Because, that's a lot of... a majority of my listens come from Apple Podcasts. So they're kind of screwing me over with this stuff. All right, but let's stop talking about that. So I just got another bottle of kombucha, and I was gonna start drinking it, but it's kind of like a little too early for that, in my opinion. I don't know. Kombucha sort of seems like an afternoon drink. And plus, I still have a cup of coffee that I need to finish. My hot cup of joe. I mean, I always have to have that with me. I fucking love coffee, dude. But yeah, I hope that, I think I got the same kombucha that I got last time. I don't know how many flavors there are. I got the trilogy again. Still, I have no idea what is in trilogy, but it's good. I think it's the same one I got before. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really remember these types of things. But yeah, also I was on Instagram, of course, and I've been seeing this trend a lot on Instagram of like smashable foods, and it's where people get like it's usually like chocolate or something, and it's almost like it's a piñata but made out of chocolate, right? You get this package and you open it up and there's like this big thing of chocolate and it's hollow, and then you smash it with a hammer and there's something inside, and like people are addicted to this stuff. And I'm kind of confused on why it's a thing. Like, just give me a present. Cause like, why smash something like that? Because like the chocolate looks beautiful because it's in a nice shape or design or whatever it is. And then you just smash it with a hammer. And there was this one that I saw where this person was trying to smash it with a hammer, but it was made out of like milk chocolate. And I think milk chocolate is softer than regular chocolate. So when they're trying to smash it, it's not chipping or breaking like normal chocolate. So it's just like, it's just getting warped. It's just getting dented and shit. And they're like smashing it with this hammer for like a long time, and nothing was breaking. It's also like, why don't you just like pick it up and then break it in half or something? Or cut it with a knife. I don't understand the appeal of smashing with a hammer. Also, when they finally broke into this milk chocolate thing, there was like a photo in it or something. And it's like, I don't understand the point of it. Just give me the photo and then give me a box of chocolates. Now I have to do work where I have to smash this beautiful looking piece of chocolate to get a picture out of the inside? Are you serious? But people like love this thing, and they're like, it's like an aesthetic or something weird like that. So people are taking videos, and they're like smashing the chocolate, and they're like, oh, it's so beautiful. I don't get it. I'd rather just eat the chocolate. Just give me a box of chocolates, and then just put the photo in like a card or something. If you want to have like a piñata type thing, then buy a piñata. You're going to get more candy out of it. Because it's going to be filled with candy. Or instead of putting a fucking picture in the chocolate, put more candy in it. Break the chocolate open to reveal more chocolate. And it usually comes in like a care package or something where there's other little goodies or something that come around in the box. I don't know if you smash those things too. Yeah, but also, what do you do with the hammer when you're done? After you're done smashing the chocolate, what do you do with the hammer? It's a total waste. Because the hammer can't be used. I mean, it's not like a real hammer. It's like it looks like a toy wooden mallet or something. So, okay, now what do you do with it when you're done? Because you can't use it for anything practical. It's built to smash chocolate. Who was the first person who looked at chocolate and said, you know what? I want to smash this with a hammer. I look at chocolate and the first thing I think is, I'm going to eat that. I don't know. But also, hollow chocolate was always like a letdown to me. Because, during like the spring time, you get like those chocolate bunnies. And I'm thinking that the thing is solid chocolate. But then like I bite into it and it just crumbles because it's hollow. And then I'm bummed because I'm like, I'd rather this had been solid chocolate. Because that would have been more chocolate for me to eat. But yeah, I guess people decided, you know what? It would be great if we had fucking photos inside these chocolate bunnies. I don't know. So, there's a lot of weird trends on Instagram. Some other weird shit is like people who have social media accounts for like their pets, and then they post on there as if it's like owned by the pet. And so like everything is from like the pet's perspective. They give like the pet like a human voice or something. And so the captions are them talking, but it's like broken English. Everything's misspelled. And they're like, it's like a photo of them, like a dog or something dressed up for Halloween or something. And the caption's like, my mommy dressed me up in this cool costume. And it's like, it's so weird, because it's like, if you're gonna give your pet a human voice, why not have it like perfect English? Why gotta make it broken and weird? If they learned how to speak, they should have learned how to speak properly. Or just like not give them a voice at all. And like they reference their owners as like mommy. It's weird. I don't understand the appeal of it. There was this one time where these group of people, they had a Instagram group chat or whatever, and they tried to add me to the group chat, but they couldn't because somebody used the last spot to add their fucking dog's account to the group chat. They were already in it, and then they added their dog's account. And it's like, why? You're already in the chat. Why does your dog need to see everything that you're going to see? Because we all know you run the account. Even though you try to play it off as like, oh, it's your dog running the account. Your dog has a phone and is logging into Instagram. Knows how to use social media. It's like you're just wasting space. So they just, I mean, we ended up just making a whole new group chat, and we're like, yeah, fuck you. Fucking weirdo. So it's unsettling to me. Because, like, God, just give him a real voice. Or better yet, just don't give him a voice at all. Your dog doesn't need a voice. Okay, just... I don't need to see your dog. Okay, it's not cute. It's only cute in, like, real life, okay? Seeing it over, like, social media, it's like, okay, that's just a dog. But in real life, I understand it. Because, like... You know, I'm the same way. When I see like a dog or a cat, I want to take a bunch of photos and I want to put it on my social media, but it's just, it doesn't translate over in social media. It's like, yeah, I don't want to see your dog. I'm sorry. And more importantly, I don't want to see your dog with a human voice calling you mommy. My mommy took me to the store today. Yeah. Also, your mommy's a fucking psycho. She's psycho. God, it's just... I don't need to see that. I'm sorry, but I don't need to see that. Because, I mean, a while back, I actually tried making a social media account for my pet, and it just didn't work. I couldn't put myself in my pet's personality and make like social media posts. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, what the fuck is my cat even thinking? Like, nothing. Your pet is just thinking, I want food. Give me food. That's all your pet is thinking. When you dress it up, your pet's also thinking when you dress it up, they're like, get me out of this. Okay? They're not supposed to wear clothes. You're not supposed to dress them up in like a fucking leprechaun suit or something. Okay? They're a dog. They just want to go outside and shit. And they don't call you mommy. Guarantee it. They're not looking at you and they're like, mommy. Okay? Because they have a mommy. And it's not you. Okay? Their mommy's a dog. Fucking psycho. It's just weird. And it's not the same thing as people who have, like, animal accounts. Like, dog accounts. Where it's just, like, they post photos of dogs, or cat accounts where they just post photos of cats. That's not the same thing. Okay? Because they're just putting photos. Okay? People who have, like, accounts for their pets, they're like, they're giving their pet a voice. Your pet doesn't need a human voice. Okay? You know what your dog says? Woof. Okay? That's what your dog is saying. Woof, woof. Okay? It's not saying, mommy dressed me up in a fucking leprechaun suit. It's not saying I'm going trick-or-treating with mommy. That's not what your pet's saying. Your pet's saying, get me out of this, you fucking psycho. There's a lot of weird trends on Instagram. A lot of weird trends. There's a lot of weird people on social media. And like even the ads on Instagram are just so bizarre. I think I talked about this a little bit in like a while back or something, but Instagram ads are just so weird. For the life of me, I can't understand anything that's going on. And like, it's usually just like the game ads or something. Like, do you remember the weird game where they had really bizarre ads? It was called like Lily's Garden or something like that. And like the ads were showing like her husband like leaving her and she's like devastated, and then they're like, grow your garden. It's like, what? What does that even mean? And then she's like, I don't know, she like rides on like scooters or something, and then she sees someone getting mugged, and she like intervenes, and she's like a hero, and then they're like, grow your garden. What? Is that just how people celebrate nowadays? Hey, look, I just stopped a crime. Let's celebrate by growing a garden. Then like those housescapes games or something where you're like cleaning a house. Like it's so weird, like they're getting shown a house and then they buy it. And like the house, when they're in the process of buying it, the house is a complete wreck. And then after they buy it and they go inside it, and then they're like shocked that it's just dilapidated. It's like how you were just touring the house just like 5 seconds ago, and you didn't realize that this house is just a goner. And they're like, oh, I have a great idea. Let's clean the house. Which, I mean, yeah, that is a great idea, but why did you buy it in the first place? Just buy a clean house in the first place. And then all the mini game ones, they're like, oh, I've been trying for days and I can't make it to level 50. And it's like the easiest level. And then the ones that I don't understand are the ones that say like they're showing two people playing the same game, and one says mom and one says dad, and the mom is just like absolutely killing it, and the dad is just like dumb and he can't figure out how to play the game. And then like, buy the game. It's like, okay, well, I'm not a mom, so I'm not a dad either. So are you saying that this game isn't made for me? Also, if I was a dad, I'm going to be bad at the game. So why would I buy a game that I'm going to be, by default, horrible at? Like, what is your marketing strategy? Who is that? Is there anyone who understands what any of that means? Because, I like to think of myself as a pretty average, intelligent person. And if I can't understand it, then who else is going to understand it? It's just like, why don't you just like show the game being actually fun? Like they make me mad just watching. Because the people playing it are just bad at the game. And it's so easy. And it's also like, I don't want to play a game that's easy. Also, apparently, only dumb people are playing the game. Because how are you not able to complete this level? It'll be as simple as just like, I don't know, there'll be like, connect the wires or something. And there'll be red and blue wires. And then there's going to be red and blue outlets or something like that. And then they'll plug red into blue and blue into red. And they're like, I can't figure it out. It's like, dude, are you colorblind? I mean, who knows? Maybe they are. Maybe they are actually colorblind. Maybe that's why they can't figure it out. And I'm just making fun of a disabled person. No, but seriously, it's like, come on. How about you make the ad somewhat understandable? Have it make some sense. Anything. Help me understand anything that's going on. Just plug the red wire into the red outlet. It's so easy. It just makes me mad. And then Instagram will be like, have you seen this ad in the last few days? It's like, yeah, but I didn't understand it though. Also, why does Instagram do that? Like, every once in a while, they give a survey and they're like, oh, did you see this ad in the last few weeks? Most of the time, it's no. And I don't understand, like, I don't know, did you fuck up your ad distribution or something? And you're like, oh shit, did we show this to enough people? I don't know. Like, even after they ask me if I've seen the ad and I say no, I never see the ad after that either. So, I don't know. God, it's just a bunch of weird shit on Instagram. I remember when Instagram was just like straightforward. You know? You posted photos and you saw photos of your friends and you liked them. And that was it. And now there's just like so much weird shit going down on Instagram. Yeah, and then just they're like pushing reels. They're like off-brand TikTok stuff. And like everyone's doing that now. And I get it. TikTok is widely popular, but like, why does everyone just like, it seems like every single social media app is trying to be a one-stop shop for social media. Like, you know, Snapchat had stories, and then Instagram had stories, and now YouTube has stories. I've never watched a single YouTube story. I don't know where to find them. Even if I wanted to, I have no idea where they are. But like, what's the point? You know, and then like Twitter added stories, though they called it something different. I don't even remember what they called it, but it's stories. That's all it is. And then now everyone's doing reels. Like, even YouTube just came out with YouTube Shorts, which is just TikTok on YouTube. And it's weird because people who post stuff on like Reels or YouTube Shorts, they're just reposting their TikTok stuff onto those social medias. And it's like, so like what are these even for? It's just, I guarantee Instagram is gonna come out with like just text postings like Twitter. They're like, oh, now you don't have to post a picture. You could just do captions. And then, great. That's just going to open the door to a bunch of bad hot takes. All the weird people who, like, have, like, dog accounts or whatever. They're just going to start posting captions. And you're like, Mommy forgot to take my photo. Yet your dog doesn't want you to take his photo. Just let him outside to shit. That's all he wants. But yeah, I guarantee that's coming. And then like also Instagram is trying to push their shops now. Trying to be like Amazon. It's like, no, Instagram, I'm not gonna shop on Instagram. I've never met a single person where like I'm like, oh, where'd you buy that? And they're like, oh yeah, Instagram. Who's buying shit from Instagram? Honestly, who? When I think about things I want to buy, the first thing I think about is the physical store or Amazon. Those are the only two things that I think about. Like, Instagram is not, it doesn't even compute in my mind of shit like when I want to buy stuff. I never think Instagram. And they're trying to push it so hard that they're like putting Reels and the shop in like the I don't even know what it's called, the bar at the bottom. They got rid of like the post button and notifications. They got rid of the post button and replaced it with shopping. The literally the entire point of Instagram, the post button, they got rid of it. Instagram, you're not gonna be a shop. Okay, stop. I don't want to shop on Instagram. I don't even think about shopping on Instagram. Why is that even there? It's even more bizarre when you think about it. Instagram is owned by Facebook, and Facebook has its own shop. It's like, why are you taking business from your own business? I mean, I guess it's all going to be going to the same organization, but like, why? I mean, Facebook is already just like a clusterfuck of things. So just keep the shop on there. I don't need a shop on Instagram. I really don't. I just want to go on Instagram and see some dogs with human voices. No, I'm kidding. That's what I absolutely don't want to see. But yeah, it's just... Instagram is just going down the shithole, dude. With like their TikTok knockoffs. And then like sometimes I click on the reels and then there's just like, it's nothing I want to see. And it's not like how the Discover page usually works. You know, when you go on the Discover page, you see something on there, you know, like a meme or whatever. And when you click on it and you swipe through, the entire thread of photos is just going to be a bunch of memes, right? Because it's all related to the original post that was on there. But like when it comes to reels, you click on something and then you just go everywhere. You know, I can click on a reel that starts with, I don't know, a Universal post, and then the next swipe is like Kanye singing or something, and it's like, these don't even relate. How about you show me stuff related to what was originally posted? So yeah, there's just no point in reels. Also, who's using reels? Like I said, it's just people reposting their TikToks onto reels. So who is using reels legitimately? Is anyone? Because I don't even use TikTok, so I'm not going to use reels. There's just no appeal to me. And YouTube Shorts is the same thing. Like, they just recommend videos to me that's just nothing that I'm even interested in. Like, they try to push a lot of Fortnite videos. And I don't play Fortnite. I'm not interested in Fortnite. And I tried watching one of the shorts, and I don't understand anything that's going on. If you've ever seen someone play Fortnite, someone who's been playing for a while or something, or knows how to play, how do you even know what's going on? Because every time I see someone play, they're just like switching between weapons and like building walls and shit, and then all of a sudden the person they're fighting is dead. And it's like, I didn't even know there was another person. How does anyone see what's going on when they're playing Fortnite? And how do you get to that level where you know exactly where the person is, and then you're building shit, and then you're shooting them, and you're like, what? How? It's so bizarre to me. Because I can't see anything that's happening. You know, if I ever played Fortnite, since it's just like last man standing, just like at the beginning, I would go somewhere where nobody is and then just build a huge ass tower and just stand at the top of it. And then wait for everyone else to die. It's like, yeah, I won. Didn't do anything. Just sat in my tower. Because I would hate to be on the other end of someone doing that crazy shit where they're like building and shooting like super fast. Because usually they have the high ground, which is always the best place to be. And so you're just playing and you're just seeing like walls appear out of thin air and you're like, holy, what is going on? And then you're getting hit in the process and you're just like, nowhere is safe for you. So it's like, how do you even comprehend what is going on? I suppose it's just like shit ton of practice. But also, how do you still find enjoyment? Because it's the same game over and over and over again. You go in, you kill everyone, and then you win. Or you die. It's like after a while, wouldn't you get bored where you're like, oh great, now I have to kill another 10 people. And then like Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone is like the same thing. And people play that a shit ton. And they're like, oh, it's so much better than Fortnite. What's the difference? Other than you're not building stuff, what's the difference? You're still going into a map. And then you're trying to be the last man standing. There's no difference. You know, it's just like TikTok knockoffs. There's no difference. Reels, Shorts, TikTok, all the same thing. Warzone, Fortnite, same thing. Same exact thing. And people, they would like play Fortnite forever, and then they go to Warzone, and they're like, oh god, this is so much better. And then they play that forever. It's like, you're still getting enjoyment out of this? Maybe it's just me. I mean, they're fun to play the first few times, but then like, after a while, it's just like, okay, it's the same thing. I'm just gonna be doing the same exact thing. I'm more of a story gameplay type person. Because like it's always something new. You're not doing the same thing over and over and over again. I mean, sometimes I guess it's like a lot of the levels is the same sort of formula. But everything's sort of different. Like, I just started playing Resident Evil 7. I've never played a Resident Evil game before. It's the first time I've played it. And I got it in a bundle because I pre-ordered Resident Evil 8. Because, you know, the trailer kind of piqued my interest. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The tall lady. Holy shit. When I saw that trailer, when I saw her, I'm like, I have to get this game. So it was on sale on like Steam. It was like a bundle. You can get 7 and 8. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll get it. So I started playing 7. And I was recording it. I was recording my gameplay and my commentary and all that stuff. Because I've been kind of thinking about doing a gaming channel. You know, maybe I'm gonna be bad at it. Maybe it's, but I wanted to try it out because also I'm trying to up my editing skills, video editing skills. So I was playing that. I've edited a bunch of episodes. I recorded a bunch of episodes. I don't think I'm gonna post them though, because they're really cringe. So, I mean, maybe I'll post them. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I won't. Then again, maybe I will. I guess we'll just have to see. But I haven't finished the game. But dude, holy shit. Resident Evil 7 is fucking terrifying. Fucking terrifying. It's also extremely disgusting. I was like playing it and I'm like, well, first of all, I jumped in at 7, which is probably a bad idea. Okay. Having never played before, I probably should have started at 1. But I didn't. I started at 7. And the only things that I know about the Resident Evil franchise is that they have to do with zombies. And then there's a big bad corporation called like Umbrella Company or Umbrella Corps or something like that. Those are the only 2 things I know about it. But I jumped into Resident Evil 7. I haven't seen a single zombie. And now I'm starting to wonder, are these games even about zombies? Was I lied to? And also, I haven't seen anything about Umbrella Company. Or Umbrella Corps. I don't even know what it's called. But it's Umbrella something. I'm starting to think that I was lied to. Or maybe it's because I didn't play 6 whole ass games. Maybe there's an explanation for why things are the way they are. But I haven't seen anything. But yeah, I don't know how much more of the game I have left. But when I finish it, I'm going to start playing 8. I'm going to record it too. Don't know if I'm going to post that either. But, yeah, I'm kind of thinking about doing a gaming channel. If I do, I might start with just posting 8 if it's even good, which is probably not. Because I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to like recording and all that stuff. Also, I don't talk when I play games like before, so trying to do commentary over while playing the game was like weird and difficult. Almost like how it was weird when I was starting to do podcasting. But you know, you gotta start somewhere, I guess. But yeah, it's gross, dude. It's so gross. There's like, God, I don't even want to talk about it. There's like a shit ton of bugs, and I hate bugs. Absolutely, I hate insects. So, yeah, just like, it was like in like oversized bugs, like giant bugs. And the entire time I'm just like gagging. Like, oh God, it's so gross. But, yeah, I mean, I'm thoroughly enjoying the game. Extremely fun. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna post it. I edited some episodes and I watched them. And there's some funny parts in there, but it's also really cringe. Because, like, at least the first episode, I'm very, like, monotone through the commentary. And that's just because, I don't know, I guess I was doing, like, my podcasting voice or something. And also, I don't usually do commentary while playing games. So, I don't know. Who knows? But I'm excited for 8. I probably should go back and do the other games. I did also get the remakes of 2 and 3. So I have those. Probably should have started with those, if I'm being honest. But I didn't want to. I wanted to start at 7. But yeah, this past week has been kind of interesting. I was driving home from work, and usually the path I take home was just like so backed up in traffic. And so I was trying to find a way back home that wasn't so backed up. And so I went down this one way, and I come to this light and I have to take a left. And it's me, and then there's like 2 cars in front of me. And so I'm waiting. And first of all, this red light was extremely long for the left turn. And I'm like, oh my God, can this light turn green? Please? Finally, it turns green. And the cars start moving. And then immediately it goes back to red. Like before I even got to the line, like to enter the intersection, it turned red. It was like green for a second. It went green, yellow, red. And only the 2 cars in front of me made it through. And I'm like, are you kidding me? 2 cars. So I have to wait at this red light for like 20 minutes because it's an extremely long red light. And then you're only going to be green for a second to let 2 cars through. And the line was long. It's not like it was a underused turn lane. It was a hugely used left turn lane. The line was backed up like 20 cars or something crazy like that. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. But finally, it turned green. And I booked it as fast as I can because I'm like, I'm going to try to help these guys behind me, help them get through the intersection before it turns red again. And so I'm driving, and then the road is like 4 lanes or something crazy like that. And I know at a certain point I'm going to have to turn left. So I'm in the left lane, and I'm driving, and I see that it's on the road. It says, oh, this is going to be a left turn only, but it's not time for me to turn left. So I get over into the next lane. And I get to this intersection, and there's a light, and then there's a tiny bit of road, and then there's another light. Okay, so there's not a whole... I don't even understand why there's 2 lights that close, but there were. So I'm waiting, and it finally turns green. And first of all, this way was also crazy backed up. Shit ton of cars everywhere. All 4 lanes completely filled with cars. And so the light turns green, and I go into this next intersection. And then when I go into the next intersection, the 2 left lanes are left turn only. And I was like, wait, what? And no one was letting me into the lane to my right. No one was letting me in. So I had to turn left. Because the next light was right there. And so there was nothing I could do. And I'm like, are you serious? You put markings before the last light that the left lane was left turn only, but you didn't do that for the other one either? The 2 left lanes were going to be left turn only, and you only warned one of the lanes. And so I was screwed, and I had to turn left. Because no one was letting me in. So yeah, so I had to take this crazy way back home, and it just went way into like back roads and stuff, and it took me so long to get home. Way longer than it would have been if I just took the normal way home. And I'm like, well, screw that. Not doing that again. I'd rather sit in traffic forever than do this crazy ass way again. You know, it's just... You know, people complain about traffic in LA and they say it's the worst. Dude, come to Florida. Holy shit, dude. Like, to go anywhere, there's only 3 ways to get from point A to point B. And all 3 ways are going to be extremely backed up in traffic. And there's no other way. There's going to be 3 ways and that's it. Okay? Guarantee it. Anyone living in Florida or anywhere else, just go to Florida and then pick a point A to point B. And there's only going to be 3 ways to get there, and they're all going to be backed up in traffic. Go on Google Maps and put like the traffic markings on, you know, where green is open and red is backed up in traffic. Do that every single way. The entire way is going to be red. And there's going to be no other way to get to where you want to go. Because even this back road way I took was backed up in traffic. And I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But yeah, so never doing that again. And then also when I was driving this way, I saw this truck. And it was almost like a semi, but it wasn't quite as big as a semi. And it was like one of those cars where the truck and the trailer are like one car. You know, it's not like they're not like separated, it's one car. And the truck had like screens all over it. And so the light was just blinding. I'm like, this can't be safe to be driving on the road. A truck that has blinding lights on it, screens, and like, it's like animated shit, so things are moving and all this crazy stuff, and I'm like, what the hell kind of truck is that? Is that only an advertising truck, or are you actually hauling stuff around? Because what kind of job is that, where you have like an advertising truck and all you do is just drive around town with a truck that's blinding everyone around you? That can't be safe. Absolutely can't be safe. Yeah, I had to get away from that truck because that was going to cause a car wreck, dude. Are you kidding me? But yeah, never taking that way back home. Never taking that way. That way sucks. And everyone's so rude. Like, come on, you couldn't let me in the lane next to me, so I didn't want to turn left, guys. Come on. Yeah, everyone's like right when you turn on your turn signal, even if there's like a tiny bit of space, the person next to you is gonna like speed up to make sure that there's no way that you can get in front of them. It's like, thanks for that. Fucking dick. Come on, we're all going to the same place. Well, I mean, not really, but we're all going the same direction. Okay? It's like the people who are like behind you and they think you're going too slow, so they speed up and get around you, but then they immediately turn. Like right when they get in front of you, they slam on their brakes and they turn. And you're like, seriously? You had to get around me to turn. You couldn't just like wait for me to pass that and then you could just turn when you were behind me? I'm not turning, dog. Like, you don't need to do that. Just wait, be patient. Also, I don't drive slow. It's kind of insane when people like speed around me, because it's like guaranteed they're going 100 miles an hour. It's like, you don't... I'm all for driving fast, okay? But you can safe speed, okay? You don't need to dangerous speed. If you want a dangerous speed, take it to the track. Okay? Some of the really bizarre things are the people who drive slow. Because, like, it's really crazy when I see people who drive slow and they have, like, rally cars or something. They have, like, race cars. You know, they have, like, the engines that make that sound, you know? Looks like it's straight out of Fast and Furious or something, and then they're driving slow. It's like, dude, you have a car that's built to go fast, and you're gonna drive like 20 under the speed limit? Oh yeah, and then there's like the rally cars where people, they like slant their tires or something. It doesn't look cool, dog. Gotta be honest, it looks horrible. You ruined the look of the car. I saw this guy that had slanted wheels, and he had rims that were like oversized for, I don't even know what you call it, the wheel housing. You know, like the part of the body of the car that's rounded out because the wheel goes there. So like it looked like the wheel was literally rubbing up against the body of the car, and the wheels were slanted, and both the front and the back, and somehow the guy was able to turn and it still drove. And I'm like, how are you able to do that? Like, thinking about the physics of how wheels turn when they're slanted, wouldn't you clip your car? I don't know how he did it. And it's so low to the ground. Also, I don't know how people are able to do that, because like one speed bump and you're like, you just destroyed the bottom of your car. All those mechanical pieces that are under your car, just destroyed them. You just scraped it over the speed bump. Like, that's a car for the track, I would think. Because there's gonna be no speed bumps on the track. And there's not gonna be any potholes. Nothing that's gonna rip up the bottom of your car. Okay? When you're on normal roads, you need something a little bit higher off the ground. Because you're gonna scrape the bottom of your car. And like, you just spent all that money to mod your car just to have it scraped up? Come on. What are you trying to do? Show it off? Dude, your car looks ugly. You slanted your tires. Also, what does that even do for your car? That would mess up your tires. Then you would have to buy new tires more often. Because you're just... And you're not even utilizing the whole tire. You're not using the tire the way it's supposed to. You're just going to destroy the the edge of your tire. And then when you change it, you have like a whole nother half of your tire that wasn't on the ground at all. That's just like in pristine condition because it never touched the road. And now you can't even use that tire because you messed up the edge of it. Tires are supposed to be straight up. Yeah, I don't know what it does for the car. Because it doesn't add looks. It takes away looks. It makes your car look ugly. Just saying. All the car people out there, if you're thinking about slanting your tires, don't. Why? Because the only thing I could think is that it's a design choice. You know, it's like, oh, this will look cool. No, it doesn't. It doesn't look cool. Stop it. Get some help. Alright, well, we went way over. We're actually close to an hour long for this episode, which is kind of crazy. But I do have to end it here because it's an hour. So I know I did it at the beginning, but we're going to do self-promotion again. So whatever you're listening to this podcast on, make sure to like, subscribe, follow, comment, leave a review, all that stuff. Really helpful. I'm going to try to figure out Apple Podcasts because, I mean, this episode probably isn't going to publish on there again because I haven't gotten any email that said they fixed it. And plus, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any episodes load up on my podcast. So, I don't know. Hopefully that gets figured out soon because that's where a majority of my listens come from. But you can always listen to it on Spotify and YouTube and all that stuff. So, yeah. Like, subscribe, comment, leave a review, do all that stuff. It really helps me out a lot. Follow my social media at RealJLions. Follow this podcast on social media at Lion on Main, both Instagram and Twitter. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Love you. I don't know. Do I?